Good morning, or good afternoon, fellow YouTubers. Welcome to another edition of Airy Sky Rita Lee's video log in the living room. That's right. So for some of you out there wondering what's going on, how come I haven't made a new video? I had videos I was going to upload offline mode. Unfortunately for me, we had a little problem. Chloe kept interrupting, getting pissy, and we won't go into details. That's water under the bridge. But she was like, and I had to stop the video, and it was it. It was like the death of my videos with Chloe around. So people are like, you got to get rid of her. They're always saying something like that. So I figured I would talk to you about it. And Jess wanted me to wear something cute. It's like, you need to wear something cute. You need to wear something cute. I frankly don't want to wear something cute. I was trying to ask Jess some questions, okay? And I want to share with you a couple things, okay? The Duchess of Mania here is kind of pissed off at the fact that people sit there and say, "Oh well, how's your mood?" Well, last night I had a beer and I was up all day, all morning till like 6. Chloe's like, "What?" I was like, "Yeah." And Chloe's like, "And you're up at like 10?" And I'm going, "Yeah." She's like, "I need to write this down." Hint, hint, journal. You know, uh, letting the therapist psychologist know that I am up early. Yep, up early. So, because when I get less sleep, I go into mania mode, or some say hypomania, which can last days. I've been in mania or manic for a while. I should pull out little Ebo. Ebo, he hasn't had his time yet. Today, Chloe and I haven't had a bath. Well, Chloe takes hers first usually, and so the little Ebo is a bunny who's slurping on something or eating hay. So a hay eater. Yep, it's a hay eater. So okay, so a lot has happened since I last updated things. I saw my therapist, and she's like, "You need to give up coffee. You need you need to give up coffee. You got to give up other uh, issues, and so forth and so on and yada yada yada." And it's like, and then you got Jess, who's basically sitting there, right? And Jess is like, let me mute the volume on the TV for a second. Jess is going to like, "Oh, well, I can't see this or that, so let's just mute that because I don't want to sound." Let's go into my channel real quick, because I told Jess to look, because Jess is type of person that there we go, copy, and then drink. All right, and then we're going to go and plop it. There we go. You see, Jess is like, "Which one is it?" And I'm like, "It's right here, Jess. Don't you just love people nowadays? Don't you, Chloe?" Mm-hmm. They sit there and they know my channels, right? Right?
Yeah.
They know my channel, yet which one? Which one?
Yeah.
I just gave you a link. They didn't see my channel up and running. What? I mean, what? And I know Jess will be like, "Oh, you need to have your hair down. Your hair down and wear it shiny." Well, I'm wearing this today, okay? And by the way, I'm not wearing a bra for some of you out there. I'm doing the natural, like, and it works, okay? So, anyways, couple of things I want to share with you. My birthday's coming up, and Jesse's a really great guy. I always have people nag me about, "Oh, he must be your future husband." No, he's a close friend, or some I would joke with and say, "Well, he's trying to pimp me out." through social media, not actual, pimp out like sexual call girl escort thing, but it's a funny joke, but so anyways, Jess was like, yeah, wondering where the video is. Well, you see, the problem is I get into my games, or as Jess doesn't realize, I get they're working with me to see if I'm bipolar. So when I get depressed, I don't want to do anything, and sometimes I don't want to do anything. So and when I'm in my mania state, like today, I've been in a manic state for cameras again. I mean, literally, the whole bicycle thing went down the toilet. I can't pedal up a hill on a one-speed trike, and I can't, So we're looking at a camera for my birthday, and so I got the B&H catalog. It was mailed. They actually put it in a nice large envelope, and so I was looking at mirrorless cameras, digital cameras, Panasonic cameras, Fujitsu cameras. I know Leica's like the best of the best, but Leica cameras, you're paying through the freaking nose. Whoa. Is that right, or did they screw that up? Because they're saying there's a Leica mirrorless camera. It's got to be an error. They must have put a 1 by mistake. But anyways, you got all these cameras, right? My mother grew up with Fuji, but Olympus, Olympus is still around. But let me give you a breakdown of what's going on, when it comes to cameras and stuff. Because, but before I do it, I believe it was Jess who messaged me, probably talking about shiny tops or swimsuits or something else. I'm not at my best. Maybe it's because of I don't know. Maybe my chin's a little. I thought maybe I'm a little too pudgy. Maybe I need to lose a little more weight. I don't know. I'm kind of concerned about my weight. So let's just look, and we'll continue on. What's going on. Yeah. There. So basically, and so basically, I had to ask, do I look a little pudgy in the face? Do I look a little pudgy down here in the chin?
No.
So it's just me?
No, it's just you.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess up close, it doesn't look that good up close. Maybe I'm just too picky. All right. So talking about cameras for a minute, and then I'll go into my other things. So basically, being on a manic thing, I've been, So I was looking at all these cameras, and you got all these cameras that's like Olympic, and all these cameras, you see all these cameras, and it's like mirrorless, and you're sitting there and you're going, wow, but. The thing is I was asking Jess about Nikon versus Canon, and I have people that just say go Canon because you don't want to go with something you want to get like getting Olympus. You're stuck with Olympus lenses, and that's something I want to share with you. When you get lenses, right? Sigma makes lenses for Nikons. They make lenses for APS-C, Canon, Nikon, Pigment, and if you look at the lenses, they're really full frame lenses. You got to this is Sigma. Now you have Tamron, and Tamron's here, and it basically says what you're paying, right? So you're paying through the nose for that, and then you got Zeiss lenses again. You have Tokina. So you got to look at all the lenses, right? And you got to basically ask yourself of your budget. Now, if Jess is watching this, I would like to hear Jess's opinion on the pricing on cameras, because let me tell you where I'm stuck with all of you, and you as in the subscribers. Maybe you guys could share some light on the subject. For example, let's just say I was looking at buying for Christmas next year a Nikon Z7. Let's just say the Z7 is available, right? The basic Z7 lens, a 50 millimeter lens, is $596. It goes up. So basically, you're paying for the Z lenses. You're paying up to $3,000 for a mirrorless lens, right? Now, hypothetically, and sorry if I squint, I don't have glasses yet. I'm getting those taken care of. Now, hypothetically, right? You got the full frame mirrorless cameras, right? You got the Canons. So I go with a lens kit for the EOS RP or the EOS R, right? They're both pretty good megapixel cameras. The problem is you got to buy the mounts for it. You got to buy the battery grip for it for extra batteries. And then top of that, you got to, sorry, I need some coffee. Then you got to buy the full frame mirrorless lenses. Now, the full frame RF full frame mirrorless lenses, the 50 mil is $2,300, and you got another one. So, for example, you got a 24 by 105 millimeter. You're paying approximately $1,100. Now, the EF-M lenses, you're paying between $249 and $500, and that is just for the mirrorless ones that are for the M series camera. So each camera series is basically a different lens mount. So basically, it's got two things: the lens mounts, which this is like these mirrorless here. You can get a basic mirrorless camera for you know, like $8.99 or stuff like that. And we talked about Canon now. If you went with basic Sony lenses, the mirrorless cameras, you're paying you're paying like $1,600 for lenses to $2,200, and it goes up, right? Again, they use right here in the little box here. You got 3 different sets of lenses. You got the FEG Master Series, you got the FEE mounts, and then the E mounts. So each one you got to look over carefully. And if it doesn't tell you, it says, oh, yeah, it's a standard CMOS. You got to sit there and say, well, which one does it take? Like this one here goes, there's a 693-point system, for $4,500. Or that's the body. And then you got the body only for this. It's 42 megapixel, and you got whatever, it's 399 points. So there's more points than the Sony's, and Sony's trying to take over the camera thing, just like Sony was trying to take over the pen and paper, replacing pen and paper with their new tablet thing for like $900. The only thing I believe in is the Sony system. Everything else is expensive. Now, Pentax, again, they used to be good back then, but I don't know anything about it now. The Pentax, the K ones, basically takes the KP takes the K mounts, so you could get a decent camera. The problem is paying for the lenses, and then you got to go through this, and then you got Nikon Cameron's Canon, and then you got Velos. So it's talking about battery packs and stuff. So again, you got to look at the fact that if you're paying the money, that's why I say if Jess was watching this, now Jess was probably saying, well, get to the point of Nikon and Canon. All right, so Nikon has 2 types of cameras. They got the DX series and the FX series. Now, the DX series is basically goes from $247 all the way up to $1,500 for their basic lenses right here. Now, for the FX lenses, you're looking at $131 up to about $17,000, give or take. Now, I know Jess is probably sitting there curiously, what do you get for $17,000? You get an 800 millimeter telephoto lens. It just goes really out there. I mean, you're talking about a real long lens, all right? And this is just Nikon. So basically, the standard camera starts at for 2 lenses. You can get it for $399 to $499, and then for 2 lenses, goes up to by this here it's $1,200, and then you want the body only, or you get one with a lens. Now, if you get a 24 by 120, this is FX, so let's skip that. So I'm confused on what to get. Like this one here, the 7500 is or no, it's the I don't know. Yeah. So basically, they cut off the DXs are here, and then there's oh yeah, the 7500's a DX, which means you're paying more money again. But again, it just doesn't make sense, you know. So let me swig some coffee here, which I have on the window, and then let's go into discussing Canon. Now, the way I see it, okay, and Jess, if you're watching this, here's how Canon and Nikon stack up against each other. I've talked to people about it. It goes like this: Canon has the better glass or the lenses. Nikon has the better cameras. Apparently, Nikon's cameras are 99% of them are all made in China, which people complain about, and their high-end $6,000 model is made in Thailand. Now, Canon makes all their cameras in Japan and lenses. Now, here's another thing. Nikon's customer service, from what I've read from various people, they basically state that the Nikon customer service is basically utterly garbage. Basically, it's like you're going along and say you message Chloe's mom and you're like, yeah, I need advice on how to fix a PayPal problem. Chloe's getting ready to do some research on cameras. And Chloe's mom says, oh, yes, all you got to do is go ahead and get the bank account one. You don't have a bank account. Oh, well, then you do this. Oh, no, you can't do that. You got to do this. Well, in the end, Chloe loses her PayPal account. And let's just say Chloe's mom, who's Asian, basically telling her you're looking up all the answers online without actually looking up. Now, with Jess, for example, Jess, sweetheart that he is, he basically sits there and I said, well, which one? I know from my research that Canon makes the better glass, or, for lenses. But the cameras, for top of the line, you're doing good. It just depends on brand. Now, they say Canon's got 340 lenses, whereas Nikon's got like 320. But that's overall, I think. It's not like for one set. Now, Canon, for example, let's just go into it real quick. So, the EF camera lenses start at $149 and they go up to $700 or $800, $879. Now, if you want EF autofix, EF again, you can use them with very little problems. What you do is you starts out at approximately, okay, so it starts out at $125 and it goes up to, this list here is 12,000. The second one is $179 and it goes up to 11,000. Okay, 11,000. I know that's a big part of chunk change. Now, I know Jess is always worried about my pocketbook too, so let me talk about Nikon cameras for a minute. So basically, I was looking at the Nikon D3500. It comes with a lens, and it's like $400. All right, 400 on sale, 500 without. Okay, and you get basically the basic starter model. Now, if I want to move up it, and I wanted to get the D5600, I could pay like $600 and get two lenses and the camera and a case. Now, if I want to go with the 7500, that's like $999 with two lenses, case, and camera, and that includes the body. However, the problem is the two starter cameras, the DX cameras, are 24 megapixel, and that one is 20 megapixel. Now, I've always thought about working towards getting, I know Jess will laugh at me because, typical female that I am, but looking into getting something like the D5 or the D850. Now, the D5 is basically a professional camera that's loaded to the gill for $6,500, whereas the D850 is their top of the line DX or FX flagship, which is 45 megapixels. Now, it depends on what you're doing and etc. Now, with photos, for example, you got to realize that I don't know. I just want to take pictures of myself and take pictures of other things, And so, now we go into Canon. Now, Canon, of course, which, by the way, I got 2 people that messaged me, so let's see what's going on here. 2 people that messaged me, 20 minutes rambling on about cameras, and I am almost done with cameras. And I got a message from some guy that's, I don't know, who's weird. Yeah. All right. So there we go, and there we go. There we go. We'll just add that. All right. Not at all. Oh, thanks. So back to the thing before we change over to the other thing that's a other issue. Now with Canon, you've heard the lenses, so I need to basically message some people before I go to Diablo 3 and more coffee tonight is ask about the variations of the lenses, taking the lenses into account, or if it even matters, And I'm going to message some other people too. So let's go with Canon. Canon has their 2 models. They got the full lenses, and then they got the APS-C. Now, their basic APS-C is $4.99. You get 2 lenses in a case, which that's what I was going to work on for my birthday, okay? Now, if I really wanted to upgrade before my next birthday, I was going to look into getting the Rebel SL2 or the Rebel T7i. Now, the other cameras that look really good with cameras and lenses and stuff deal is the 77D, which looked really good. It's still a CMOS. And then you got the 80D, which is, again, it's not bad. And then it goes up to the EOS 70 Mark II, which the reviews are just phenomenal. But before I go and dive in a little more, I got some research and ideas rattling in my head. So, before I burn those ideas up, I would like to get that done. So, now the other ideas is the EOS 6D Mark II, which the reviews look really, really good. Unfortunately, they're saying go with mirrorless, but I'm looking for Christmas time for my for later. So, then you got this one here is body only. You got the EOS 5D Mark IV, and this one has a kit lens, and it's like, saving up. It's like $4,200. Now, the other one is the 5DSR, which is a higher megapixel lens, and then you finally get the EOS Mark II. Now, some of these are professionals, like my doctor, would be using professional too. So let me see, is there any coffee in there? Are we out of coffee? Looks like I gotta make coffee. So let me see. Yeah, I gotta make coffee. Oh well, that's not a big deal. So let's just break the brass tacks for a second and go in. So Chloe's going to start doing research on cameras. I'm going to be playing Diablo soon. We're going to be looking up Nikon and whatever. I know my neighbor Vic said to go with Canon. Dinky, who's in Texas, said no Nikon, Canon, straight for. But I'm just wanting to make sure we get our best money's worth and try to find out what's good. So I'm going to put my hat in the ring and consult with someone on it. If all goes well, I might give a donation to their cause. They're into photography. So, and finally, let's talk about gaming for a minute. Now, my Switch is charging up. I want to get into D3 again. One of the things I'm doing is I'm doing some level grinding. I've been trying to farm for better items, but the harder the level is, the more likely you'll get better gear. So, I want to say I got 5 more levels going through Act 3 on I'm not on normal. I'm actually on hard. And so the harder it gets, the harder it gets, longer it takes. So as long as I get to where I'm going, when it comes to the playability, when you set your game up properly and you know how to play it properly, you're doing great, you know. So but anyways, all right. So to the games. All right. Now I don't have my list with me. I sent it to Chloe, I think, a while ago, and Chloe's like, "Oh, let me look at it." And so actually, I think I can access Chloe's Facebook private message real quick because I sent everything to her, including reviews, like canon verse, blah blah blah. So, but let's just tighten this up real quick, and I'm going to tell you before I go a couple pieces of information. So I talked to Dinky, you know, and she knows there's problems with ordering, you know, and stuff. So she said she's willing to help me, and you know, I'm placing orders, you know, game orders, etc. It made me more happy to know that she she's an awesome person, and you know, it makes me happy knowing that she wants to help. So I sent Chloe plenty of stuff on bipolar and stuff. She is trying to keep things moving along. Okay, so the list goes like this: for pre-orders, and I broke it down by months. I'm not going to go give you the entire log of what's going on in gaming, you know, like, for example, what month it is. I broke down the orders into months, calibrated the budget, did everything today to make sure me and Dinky's on the same page so we don't go over or under. And, you know, I will send her the funds, and she will just order them. And I don't have to worry about sending Chloe out at $14 a trip to go get the thing. So, well, first of all, the games on the list that are for that is Pokemon Sword and Shield. There's a double pack. All right, that's coming out in a few months. The 2 Tales of Arises game for various systems, that's due out, but they're giving preliminary at the end of the month. It was just announced, so they're not going to be. They're going to take a while. The next one on the list is Icewind Dale. Again, those are being. I have Icewind Dale 1 and 2 on my computer. They're awesome games. So those will be coming out in September. So that's a while. Same with Baldur's Gate, same time frame. And then Neverwinter Nights, which is an awesome game too, comes out in December. So then you go down, and then you have stuff for April. April is basically April of 2020 is Cyberpunk, which is really cool. Chloe and I like that. I love that. Keanu Reeves, wake up, we got a city to burn. That was awesome. That was badass, wasn't that? E3. E3 was amazing. There's a couple things that made me sad, but I got over it. Now, the next one is Star Wars The Fallen Order. Chloe and I was basically stoked. Now, Chloe's kind of upset about one thing, though. She told me this, and I don't think she remembers, but she's upset that the new Star Wars Fallen Order game, that looked really badass, didn't it? Mm-hmm. Did it or did it not?
It did.
She's upset it's coming out to Aaron's birthday. So happy birthday to Aaron, and I wanted to say happy birthday to you. And so there you go. So happy birthday to Aaron. Now, before I continue, we're almost done with the list, okay? Because someone messaged me. All right, so Legend of Heroes 3, Cold Steel 3 is coming out. We got Doom Eternal, which I think is due out in July, isn't it? Amazon keeps saying Doom Eternal is not due out for a while. Now, Another one that's really awesome is Wolfenstein Youngblood. Now, me and Chloe might actually pull that one off our list. Right, Chloe?
Mm-hmm.
Even though Chloe says it looks good and you get to play as 2 twin girls, right?
Yeah.
BJ Blazkowicz's daughter goes missing, yada, yada, yada. The problem is that it's download only. Chloe actually said she didn't want to pay $60 for a new game when it's download only, right? And you get a code. You want physical copy.
Physical copy, because what if they remove the game?
Exactly. So physical copy. Now, the next thing on the list is God Eater 3, which looks really good. God Eater 2 was badass. God Eater 3 was badass. So, you know, that looks really good. And finally, you got Dragon Quest Builders 2, which I'm a big fan of Dragon Quest Builders. It's like Minecraft. Now, there's several games on the list that haven't came about that we're waiting for. Now, Fire Emblem 3 Houses look really, really badass. Sorry, I'm looking at the screen. It's big enough screen, but my eyes, the wording is just too small. So I'm working on my glasses too shortly. Then you got Dragon Quest 11 for Nintendo Switch in September. And then, as you all know, I've been waiting 5+ years for Final Fantasy VII Remake, and they're finally getting it out on March 3rd, 2020. Rune Factory's on the list, but Rune Factory, we don't have a release date. Secret of Mana Collection was one of those that they brought out. They say you can play it today. Then I had to wait like 24 hours to found out the Square Enix did, in fact, put it out on hard copy. Now, we don't know anything about their other Saga games. I'm hoping they give us more. Now, does Gaia 4 Complete Plus? That's coming out as well on my list. And then finally, you have The Witchers 4, Trials of Mana, and Animal Crossing. Now, Trials of Mana is coming out next year sometime when they're done, and then Link's Awakening. So, all those Yummy games coming out, and I get to officially say that it's on my list, and I am ready to pre-order them and get them ready to go. So, you know, however, for some of you wondering what's going on, I want to say that I am kind of looking to see what's going on. I'm curious on a couple of pictures, you know. So basically, apparently there's I think it might be I don't know. Sometimes you get, let's see, so they go by the pronoun she. So I would assume a cross-dresser maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know, but it just depends. So we won't go there. So, all right. So basically, I had to look anyway. So, all right. So basically, you got the game list. Dinky said she'd help me with my orders. She also said, you know, she would help. She made me kind of happy on that grounds because, frankly, I'm really happy about that. You know, so But anyways, right now, Chloe's got some reviews to look up which camera is going to be the best. I need to inquire about something too, do a little brainstorm, talk about gaming for a minute. A lot of people out there are saying, you know, literally to get rid of Chloe because of different things. Chloe's trying to get a job. Now, Chloe's family thinks I'm putting a monkey wrench in the works. Actually, what's happened is I refuse to help her on her path to get a job on the grounds that I am letting her do it on her own. She can get dressed, she can go out, she can do things. Me, I have enough trouble as is just trying to get to sleep, let alone wanting to help her. And with her putting a lot of responsibilities on me, you know, like I told her, keep this place clean, and simple task doesn't get done. We won't go there. But you get the ideas. So, you know, for example, on there, and you know, frankly, you know, Dinky and the rest of you guys, you're watching this. You all know that it is hard as hell, quote unquote, to get rid of someone like Chloe. Literally, you know, and I can speak freely about this because Chloe knows how I literally feel. And, you know, waiting for a diagnosis, whether it be borderline, bipolar, schizophrenic, whatever. I'm not schizophrenic, by the way. Otherwise, I couldn't have had the surgery. But anyways, you get the idea. So right now, my mindset is I gotta make some coffee. I gotta email someone a question. I'm gonna message 3 people. What the heck is that noise?
What noise?
That noise. I heard this. Was that
Perhaps.
that was Ebony? See, my hearing's not good, so when I hear something, I have to ask about it because I can't hear it well either. So, but anyway, so yeah, so my plan is make some coffee tonight, get ready to relax, um, and keep going, and basically get my work done, and then go back to my game. I did spreadsheets today, personal goals today. Tomorrow I got 2 spreadsheets to do. And then I will try to figure out how to break down everything else before Tuesday. Tuesday by 8 p.m. I have to return my my router, so I should update my video before then, letting you know what's going on. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow, Sunday night, and Monday night, and Tuesday, so you get several days of consecutiveness to know what's going on. And then after Tuesday, we are now on the wait list for another router because we have to wait nicely for what do they call that? For waiting for it because we don't have the internet here. The internet company that's installing out here in the entire building hasn't finished up. So before I fall asleep, I just want to say, stay tuned. I'm going to work on this camera problem. That's one thing that's really racking my brain. I think he's watching this. Yeah, this is what happens when my mind is fully in mania. I'm basically focusing on cameras and my video game. And I need to focus more on games than cameras because, frankly, my theories go is pricing the camera versus the lenses versus how much it's going to be used. And, I got advisors and, being the Duchess Mania, I have too many advisors and, well, I need to get another advisor. So, anyways, everyone, I just want to say thanks for watching. Stay tuned for a new video soon, tomorrow. Please add, subscribe. Please post comments. Please leave feedback, suggestion. Hit that like, subscribe button. It's wholesome fun even for the family, including your buddies. Thanks for watching, and may God bless you in everything you do.